Yeah, I thought a lot of people were like, yeah, the Bucks are staying home. That's a real positive. And on a level, it is, right? But on a level, I think you would know this as well as anybody that there's a lot more, people that know your players saying, hey, we got a party down here. Now, I know it was COVID and it was different, so you kind of had that cover. But it's also Florida, so like they were kind of wide open. Did you have another layer of stuff to worry about because you were at home?
Not really. I mean, our guys did such a great job all year,
Yeah,
making a commitment to each other. And hell, we're getting tested twice a day that week.
yeah.
I mean, it was really the 2 weeks up to it, but it was more of staying in the moment. Just let's get today's work done. We have three words we talk about. We don't have any rules here. It's just trust, loyalty, and respect. And respect's coming to work every day. And our guys did a great job of just focusing it out, keeping their families away, and just staying grounded as far as the COVID could have wiped the whole thing out.
That was a big concern. And I was thinking about you guys because, like, yeah, like if you're a team on the road, you don't know as many people there, especially in a year where the circus is subdued. I was worried about that for you guys, but because of the thing you talked about, which is leadership and players and your three pillars of things you're shooting for. I mean, you guys kept a clean sheet, and it's a pretty remarkable accomplishment considering everything we were seeing leading up. I mean, it was hard to get to Super Bowl. And I wonder, everybody thinks about Tom, everybody thinks about you as far as like the leaders of that team, obviously the head coach and Hall of Fame quarterback. Who are the guys that didn't get enough credit as far as being leaders leading up to that game?
I think you could take a bunch of guys off defense,
Yeah.
starting with Levante David, the Domkin Sue, Jason Pierre Paul, um, even our young rookie, Antoine Winfield, you know. Offensively, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. We're blessed with so many guys that really care about each other and don't have an agenda, other than winning. And I think that's what led to getting all these guys back.
So you win, you come off the field, which probably feels like an hour or two later in a great way. Who's the first call for Bruce Arians that people might be surprised by? Somebody that you called that you couldn't wait to talk to.
Well, I was very fortunate in that the Glaziers flew my mother down, who's 95.
Yeah.
They flew her and all my brothers and sisters down to the game. And it was my wife, my son, and my daughter were on the field with me. So, there really wasn't anybody for me to call. Everybody that I love was there.
Mm-hmm.
And nephews, nieces, we had a bunch of tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just a matter of, we had a family embrace and on the field. And my wife said it, she thought it was the most remarkable family moment we've ever had. I put it next to having both those kids, but it was unbelievable.
Did you feel a release or a sense of accomplishment? Which one? Because
It was totally relief. We finally did it, and you start the accomplishment thing is there's so many people involved. This coaching staff I have is unbelievable. The players we have, the commitment they made to each other to beat the virus, and so yeah, that the accomplishment part. No, it was just hey, we did it as a family. I moved my daughter in ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. I moved her 12th grade year. So the things you go through as a coaching family, people don't realize, and it's always getting fired around Christmas.
right.
So like my daughter, she was in Starkville, then New Orleans, then Tuscaloosa. And I left to go to India. She stayed in Tuscaloosa to graduate. So, those moments, they all come together when you have that hug after the Super Bowl.
Which move went over the worst in the Arians family along the line?
Oh man, probably the first one. You know, the first one. I thought we'd be at Virginia Tech forever. I played there, started coaching there. I thought Jimmy Sharp was the best coach. Still think he's one of the best I've ever known. Getting fired at your alma mater is hard. Not knowing if I'm going into bar business or going to go into coaching business. Because I bartended my whole time at college. And so it was like, Coach Sharp goes to Mississippi State and I go down there and take a job. And we load up a U-Haul and start driving to Mississippi.
Could have been a bartender.
Yeah, really close to it, brother. Good, really close.
That's not the worst gig in the world. It was also a very social job as well. This tattoo, man. Okay, so I haven't seen it in a couple months because it made a bunch of headlines. I'm not going to ask you to show us on the pod, but where's the tat? Is it like on your arm? Is it rib cage? What are you doing? Shoulder.
My left shoulder. I left just enough room to put one on my right shoulder this year.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, that answers a question I have later, which is how are we approaching 2021 from a mentality standpoint? But did that shit hurt, Coach?
No, not at all.
That's what I'm talking
No.
about.
Had a great artist, man. He was awesome. And 2.5 hours, it was easy.
2.5 hour set.
Yeah.
And now they tell you when you sit down for a tattoo, don't be drinking the night before, and definitely don't come in with a buzz because it thins your blood and you're going to be a bleeder. Was that something you had to be warned of in the aftermath of that Super Bowl?
They didn't waste their time, brother. They did not waste their time. Just get a napkin and keep wiping the blood up.
I also think Florida is a big impulse tattoo state. Not that yours was impulse, but like they're used to just getting the needle out and rolling. So
now silversmiths all over the world were up in arms with the Tom Brady toss of the Lombardi. But you recently came out and said, "Hey, I'm the first thrower. I threw it to Brady's boat." Would you like to confirm that report that came from your mouth?
Yeah, I would not. I really wouldn't consider it a throw. It was more of a wishbone pitch.
Okay.
Like we didn't want to scratch his boat, so we didn't get real close. Got a brand new, beautiful boat, so it was more of a long handoff.
See, silversmiths are not going to be happy here because he's worried about the boat and not the Lombardi Trophy. You hear all those reports? They were pissed off at Tom.
Yeah, man, get over it.
Hey, PSA,
it's Tom Brady, bro. It's Tom Brady. It's going to be complete.
It's the best thing anybody's ever done with a piece of silver. So you're welcome. Was Brady the drunkest player at that thing, or was there an unsung hero that got overshadowed?
There were quite a few. A lot of coaches too.
Yeah.
But man, the boat parade was unbelievable. I was in two Pittsburgh parades that were great. To have 2,500 boats coming down the river. I mean, until I saw the aerial view, then I said, "Holy shit, that was dangerous." I mean,
yeah, a little bit.
We did have the Coast Guard and everybody else out there, but it was amazing to have both sides of the river filled with people and all the people. If you had a boat, man, there are people on paddle boards out there in the middle of that stuff. So it was just an amazing parade.
I mean, all those years of watching parades and you partaking in parades, a few of them. I mean, who would have thought the first big one for you as a head coach would have been on a boat? I mean, that's pretty damn cool. That's as unique as a parade can get. It's pretty damn cool. So